a surreal vampire surf horror epic feeding the edge of the world. The Pacific is a black mirror under the moon. No wind, no sound, just the weight of something old pressing against the shore. A lone surfer drifts too far out, chasing a wave that doesn't exist. His breath is ragged, his arms burn. Then, the water beneath him drops away like a bottomless pit, and something grabs his ankle. He screams. The ocean swallows it whole. When the tide rolls back in, his board washes up on the sand. No body, no blood, just a handprint burned into the fiberglass. A warning. The Salt Wraiths, Act 1, The Last Night on Earth. Venice Beach never sleeps, but tonight something feels off. The waves are too big. The sky is too dark. And the locals, the real ones, the ones who have survived long enough to know better, are leaving town. But not Reese. She came here for one reason, to ride the Hollow. A mythical wave whispered about by dead surfers, a perfect tube that only appears once every century. It's supposed to be unrideable. But if you make it out the other side, you become something more than human. She doesn't believe in ghost stories. She should. Because the Hollow isn't just a wave, it's a door. And tonight, it's opening. Act 2, The Salt Wraith. At midnight, the water turns to glass, the waves stop, the whole ocean seems to breathe in. Then they arrive. The Salt Wraiths, surf demons, drowned gods, the original riders of the Hollow. Their bodies are made of salt and shadow, their eyes empty tide pools, their surfboards carved from shipwreck bones. They were once like Reese, hungry, reckless, chasing immortality. Now they are trapped in the tide forever, and they are looking for replacements. 3, the last drop in. Reese paddles out. The sky fractures like shattered glass. The stars blink out. The Hollow rises, a monstrous wave, a twisting spiral of water, blood and bone, stretching higher than the city itself. The Salt Wraiths are already inside it, carving impossible lines, their voices shrieking like gulls in a storm. Reese hesitates. Then, Malik drops in first. Malik, her best friend, the only one who warned her. The wave eats him whole, no splash, no sound, just gone. She could turn back, but she doesn't. She paddles, and she drops in. Act 4. Inside the Hollow. Inside the wave, there is no time. There is no ocean. There is only memory. Every drowned soul that has ever fallen to the Hollow rides beside her, an endless screaming chain of lost surfers, their bodies locked in an eternal wipeout. Reese's board splits apart beneath her feet. Her skin hardens into salt. She is becoming one of them. Unless she finds the way out. There's only one way out, the perfect carve, the one line no one has ever written. She sees it, she commits, and she cuts through the wave like a blade through time. The new legend. The ocean vomits her out. She washes up on the sand, coughing, shaking, alive. But Malik is gone. No body, no blood, just his board drifting in with the tide. And Reese is different. Her skin still burns with salt. Her eyes are too black, too deep. The Hollow took something from her, or maybe it gave her something back. She looks at the ocean. It looks back. And for the first time in history, the Hollow begins to rise again. Fade to black. The wave that never ends. Fade in, Venice Beach dawn. The ocean is flat. No waves, no wind. Just a dead, glassy expanse stretching to the horizon. The surfers on the beach don't move. They just stare. Something is wrong. And Reese feels it. Her veins still burn from the Hollow. Her heartbeat echoes in her skull. She shouldn't be alive. She shouldn't be here at all. And Malik is gone. The last thing she remembers is the wave swallowing him whole, his scream lost in the roar. His board is still here, though. Drifting. Perfect. She kneels beside it, runs her fingers along the deck, and that's when she sees it. A single handprint burned into the fiberglass. His handprint. A message. He's still in there. Act 1, the call from below. Reese takes Malik's board and starts walking. Past the empty lifeguard towers, past the graffiti-covered skate park where the locals should be shredding the bowl, but no one's there. Venice Beach is a ghost town, and the ocean is calling her back. With each step, her body changes. Her skin tightens, turns pale, too smooth, too wet, like something not meant for air. Her eyes reflect the world like a shark's. Her heartbeat syncs with the waves she can't see. She's becoming one of them, a salt wraith, but she won't go under. Not yet. She's got one last ride. Act 2, the midnight swell. Reese paddles out alone. The water is too cold, the sky too dark, the horizon shimmers like something watching from the other side. Then the first ripple, then another. The ocean shudders, then lifts. Not waves, not yet, footsteps. She turns, Malik stands on the water. He is not Malik anymore. His body is blurred, shifting, like he's halfway between flesh and foam. His eyes are black tide pools, swallowing the stars. His board is carved from bone, dripping salt and blood. But the worst part? He's smiling. You shouldn't have come back. The first salt wraiths rise behind him. Act 3, the endless riptide. The hollow rises again. Not like before, bigger, endless. A wave that doesn't break, a loop that never stops, a trap. Malik turns his board and drops in. The other wraiths follow, carving the face of the wave with impossible lines, defying gravity, warping through space. The ocean is theirs. And Reese doesn't think. She paddles, and she drops in after them. Act 4, inside forever. The second she enters the hollow, the world snaps apart. The ocean is infinite. The sky is gone. The rules of physics break like shattered glass. The hollow doesn't just hold the salt wraiths, it makes them. Reese dodges left, cuts hard, faster. She can hear Malik behind her, his gripping reality itself, his laughter stretching across centuries. He's been here for too long, but he's still him, somewhere. If she can reach him, if she can break the loop, maybe she can pull him out. But first, she has to outrun 5, the final line. The hollow tries to take her. The wave tightens, shifts, twists, trying to drag her down into eternity. But Reese isn't riding for herself anymore. She's riding for Malik, for everyone who got lost here. And she sees it. The line, the one path no one has ever ridden. A way out. She carves hard, tilts into the impossible. The hollow screams, and then she reaches for Malik, grabs his wrist, and pulls. Act 6, back to reality. The ocean vomits them out. They crash onto the sand, gasping, breathing. Alive. The hollow is gone. The sky is clear. The world is back. But Malik, he stares at his hands, at the skin he thought he lost forever. And then he laughs. I thought I was never coming back. Reese just grins. And in the distance, a perfect wave rises. One last ride, one last story, and they paddle out. Tagline, some waves don't stop. Some surfers don't either. Final title options. Salt Wraiths, The Ocean Never Forgets You. Tideborn. Salt Wraiths Part 3 Hunts. Fade in Venice Beach, Nightfall. The ocean isn't normal. The hollow is gone. The waves are rolling in again, the tide pulling like it always has. But something about the water feels wrong. Too still, too deep, and Reese can hear it whispering. She stands at the edge of the surf, board under one arm, staring out at the moonlit expanse. Behind her, Malik lingers in the shadows, silent. He should be dead. But he isn't. She pulled him back from the hollow, out of the salt wraith's grasp. But he hasn't been the same since. His skin never fully dried. His breath mists in the warm air, and his eyes, they reflect the water like the ocean owns them. Reese doesn't say anything. She just paddles out. Malik follows, because the ocean isn't done with them. Act 2-1. The riptide returns. The first wave comes too fast. Reese drops in, carves hard, feels the thrill of the ride. The water moves perfectly, like it knows her better than she knows herself. But then, a hand reaches from the face of the wave. A hand made of salt and shadow. Reese kicks out just in time, tumbling into the water. She claws to the surface, gasping, coughing. Malik yanks her up. They know we escaped. 100 yards out, the ocean bends. Not a wave, not a storm, something else. The salt wraiths are still hunting them. And now,
Their Act 2, The Siren.
back on shore, Reese and Malik haul their boards onto the sand, panting. The streets are deserted. The city is holding its breath. Something moves at the edge of the pier. A figure watching. She steps into the light. Tall, barefoot, wrapped in a dripping black wetsuit, skin too pale, like the ocean carved her from driftwood. Her eyes are deep and endless, full of tides that never stop. She is one of them. But she isn't attacking, she just smiles. You didn't think you could just leave, did you? The air hums, the ocean leans closer. She takes another step forward and whispers, the tide always takes back what belongs to it. Act 3, the midnight chase. Then, a wall of water erupts from the shore. The ocean crashes forward, swallowing the pier, surging down the streets, hunting them. Reese and Malik run. Through the neon-lit alleys, through the empty Venice streets, the water right behind them. Surfers' boards explode off their racks, cars are dragged under. Streetlights flicker out as the tide claims them. Reese looks back and sees figures moving in the water, riding it. The Salt Wraiths surfing the flood, cutting through the streets like ghosts on impossible waves. One of them grabs Malik's arm. Malik screams. Reese doesn't think. She grabs a fallen longboard, throws it under her feet, and rides the flood. Act 4, the Tidewalkers. The city tilts sideways as Reese carves down a street now made of ocean. Malik is half dragged under, his body flickering between real and not. The Salt Wraiths are everywhere. Now, some of them look human, some of them don't. One drops in beside her, carving through reality like water. Salt Wraith, you don't belong here. Reese kicks out hard, slamming into him. He bursts apart like sea foam, but another takes his place. They're not letting them go. And then Malik screams. She turns and sees him dragged completely under. The ocean takes him. Act 5, the last dive. Reese doesn't stop. She dives straight into the flood. Darkness devours her. The current grabs her, pulling her deep, too deep, like the entire ocean is folded inside itself. She's back in the hollow. But this time, there's no way out. She sees Malik below her, sinking fast, arms reaching, and surrounding him, the Salt Wraiths, hundreds of them, watching, waiting. A voice cuts through the dark. Ride the final wave and you are one of us. The siren stands on the water like it's solid, holding Malik in place. You can't save him. You can only choose. Reese stares, heart pounding. She can feel the ocean pulling at her bones. The hollow never let anyone go, ever. But she's not leaving Malik behind. Not again. She lets go. Lets the ocean take her completely. But not as a sacrifice, as a rider. Act 6. The last wave, the hollow, erupts. One final wave towering over the city, breaking through time, through reality, through the rules of the world. And Reese drops in. She grabs Malik's hand, pulls him onto her board. The Salt Wraith chase them. The siren screams, the water rips apart, the wave folds over itself, and Reese rides the impossible line, one that no one has ever ridden. Not human, not wraith. Something new. And when they hit the shore, the wave vanishes. The hollow is gone. The city is silent. And Malik is breathing. They made it. But the ocean remembers. Salt Wraiths Part 4. The Wave That Never Dies. Fade in, Beach, midnight. The city should be asleep, but it isn't. The air tastes like salt. The ocean is too quiet. The kind of silence that happens right before something awful. Reese and Malik stand at the shoreline, boards tucked under their arms, watching. They should be dead, but they aren't, because they didn't just survive the hollow, they changed. Malik's breath mists in the warm air. His fingers leave wet streaks on his board, no matter how dry it is. And Reese, she hasn't blinked in over an hour. She doesn't need to anymore. And somewhere out there, past the last set of waves, past the horizon where the water turns black, something is waiting. Act 1, the final tide. The first ghoul crawls out of the surf just after midnight, pale, twisted, dripping with salt and seaweed. Its eyes reflect nothing. Its mouth is a torn black hole. It lurches onto the beach, joints bending the wrong way. Then another, then 10 more. Then 100. Surfers, drowned sailors, ghosts of the ocean, all of them pulled into Hollow centuries ago, and now it's spitting them back out. Act 2. Night of the Drowned. The ghouls move fast. Too fast. They don't walk. They glide, dragged by invisible currents, like they're still underwater. Their jaws unhinge, eyes locked onto the city, hungry for something. For what? For the living, for the ones who escaped the Hollow, for Reese and Malik. The first ghoul lunges. Reese sidesteps, but its arms stretch like water, grabbing her ankle. Cold. Drowning cold. She kicks it off, stumbles back. Malik yells, throwing his board like a weapon, snapping a ghoul's spine in half. But it doesn't die, because you can't kill something that's already drowned. And then the entire beach erupts. Hundreds of ghouls pour from the waves, dragging themselves onto the sand, all moving toward the city. The tide is coming for everyone. Act 3. The Breakers' Last Stand. The only ones still in Venice Beach tonight? The real surfers. The ones who never leave no matter what. And when the ghouls hit the boardwalk, dragging their rotting bodies onto the pavement, those surfers fight back. Duke from the surf shop grabs a longboard and smashes a ghoul's head clean off. Kayla, the fastest skater in town, drops into the empty pool at the skate park, leading an entire swarm of them away. The old dude who never talks pulls out a rusty harpoon like he's been waiting for this moment his whole life. But there are too many. And every time a ghoul goes down, the ocean pulls it back. They can't stop it. Only Reese and Malik can, because they know where the tide is coming from. The Hollow. They have to go back in. Act 4, Into the Void. The ocean isn't water anymore. It's a black, writhing vortex, a gaping mouth where the world ends. Reese and Malik paddle out one last time. No hesitation, no second thoughts. They drop into the last wave the Hollow will ever make. And it takes them. Inside, everything is twisting. Time bends, reality shatters. And at the center of it all, the Salt Wraiths, waiting for them, watching, because they knew this would happen. The Hollow wasn't just a wave, it was a prison. And when Reese and Malik broke free, they broke it. And now, everything inside is spilling out. Every soul that was ever taken, every ghoul that ever drowned, every nightmare the ocean ever swallowed. The Hollow isn't just opening, it's dying. And it's taking the whole city with it, unless Reese and Malik can end it first. Or Act 5, the final drop-in. There's only one way to kill a wave. You have to ride it all the way down. Reese and Malik carve through the collapsing Hollow, dodging grabbing hands, twisting shadows, ghostly figures screaming in the spray. The siren reaches for them. Malik slashes past her, eyes burning black like the abyss. The ghouls swarm. Reese rides straight through them, cutting reality open with the force of her drop. And ahead, the endless break, a wave so high it touches the sky, a wave that will shatter everything. And if they ride it, if they break it, they might just break the Hollow with it. They don't hesitate. They drop in, and the world falls away. Act 6. The tide recedes. Somewhere far above the city, a sound like 1,000 waves crashing at once echoes across the night. Then, silence. Venice Beach wakes up to a perfect sunrise. No ghouls, no Hollow, no signs of the battle, except for the sand littered with shattered surfboards and broken dreams. And Reese and Malik, gone. Not a trace of them. Until a single board washes up on the shore, a new shape carved into its deck. Not a handprint, not a warning, just 3 simple words burned into the fiberglass. See you soon. Because the tide always comes back, and so do the ones who ride it.